Hey everyone, welcome back. Thanks for joining us. Today, we've got a brand new story to share with you. So let's begin. My wife and I met when we were 18, she got pregnant at 19. As she gained weight, I started to lose interest. I was not a great boyfriend, but she was a great girl. I never wanted to leave my child as I had no father growing up. I drank a lot and partied with friends, but I was present when rent came around and other expenses arose. She tends to be clumsy, so that would irritate me a lot. I was mean at times. Whatever I had was hers, including my tips. For years later, she met this coworker and she confided in him and started telling her all of our problems. She was never one to voice issues, she was always quiet. This guy would talk to her on the phone almost every day. They would work together once a week, and after a month of talking, he would start flirting with her, telling her she deserved better, etc. This went on for 3 months, and I then started noticing a change in her. She would want to argue with me for no good reason. One day, out of nowhere, she just came out and asked me to move out. I was like, WTF? If you're not happy here, you should move out. So she left 2 weeks later to go back to her mom's. When she left, I felt bad, like I was losing a good friend but not the love of my life. I asked her to stay, but she didn't want to. A week later, she brings me a bag of groceries. I was confused, she left, and when I asked her to stay, she didn't want to. She came back 3 weeks later, but by then I had redecorated my apartment. I can really tell that it bothered her. So that was why she stopped coming around. And I figured she may be seeing someone. I was like, whatever, it did bother me just a bit. I didn't ask any questions. 2 months later, she started coming around again, only acting strangely like a dog between its tails. We started sleeping around. I imagined we were just friends and that she cared about me, but not as a boyfriend anymore. So 3 months later, I met someone and I told her. 2 weeks later, she came knocking, begging for me to take her back, saying that she had made a mistake in leaving. It was too late. I had feelings for someone else. This was the first person I had met since the breakup. She literally got on her knees, begging. I told her it was too late and she left. I stopped seeing this girl 2 months later and figured perhaps I had been harsh on my ex and wanted to work things out with her. Only 3 weeks later, she confesses to having had a one-night stand and that she may have given me an STD. I was mad because I figured she would have told me had she been with someone else, considering I was decent enough to tell her when I met someone, even though I had no sex with this person. Part of me figured I had pushed her into such a thing by not taking her back. She had been such a decent girl for me, but I was only willing to take her back. But one day I saw her phone without her knowing. And found messages between her and her coworker. I figured I would see them, as I figured this is a guy she was seeing back when I suspected, but as I looked further, he was chatting and calling her 3 months before moving out. I confronted her, she said he was only a friend, so I called him, asking him if there was anything going on with him and her, and he simply said ask her. A part of me wanted to believe her, but I figured something had happened. We left it at that. We hung out for 2 years. She was never my girlfriend, but we went out here and there, maybe twice a month. I just found out that she was sleeping with me and her coworker for 2 years. Not only that, when we got together, I finally moved out of state for 2 hours, and she kept carpooling with him for 6 months before moving out to live with me. She claims they had stopped having sex. However, 1 month before moving in with me, she found condoms in my car and figured I was playing with her, and she got mad and slept with him one last time out of anger. So apparently she claims that she was so hurt that I didn't even bother to call her or earn her back when we broke up, stopped giving a shit, and figured I was sleeping around. She says she never stopped loving me, which is why she would come when I would call her. She was overusing weight loss pills. Instead of using 1 a day, she was using 5. Not only that, but during this time, her behavior was reckless. She was such a squeaky clean person before, but now she was getting a DUI and driving drunk once with my daughter, doing things that she had never done before. This guy apparently made her feel like she deserved better and got what he wanted, and that was it. They never even went out on dates. She basically just became a friend with benefits. She claims she is waiting for me to see if I will ever return. She says she never wanted more from him or anyone else because her heart was somewhere else and not available. We are not 45 with 3 kids total, 15 and 17 and 24 years old. She has been the best wife and her mother works her ass at work to help with bills. She always puts me first. Has never asked me to buy her anything. She is totally remorseful and ashamed now. You're probably asking how I found out. I found a picture with a guy and just figured it was the coworker. She confessed to everything. Now I feel like, had I known this, I would have never ever gotten married to her, much less had more kids. I know she is not the same person anymore, but I feel like I can't get over it. Such lies, I never took her for sleeping with guys that were not even her boyfriend. This just shattered the idea of who I thought she was. She claimed she was desperate and didn't know how to deal with me not wanting to be with her. It stinks to throw away all of our years of marriage. I do love her and get along great with her, for sure, but I'm having a big issue with this. What are your thoughts? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories like this. See you next time.